scheduled for one fall, making his way to the ring, from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 245 pounds, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton.
The Viper looks focused and ready to strike here tonight.
Yeah, and every single win is so important here in the WWE. You can bet that Randy Orton has his sights on a victory. Look out, this one's going to be intense.
And approaching the ring, accompanied by Eric Rowan, representing the Wyatt family, from Snakebite, Florida, weighing in at 285 pounds, Bray Wyatt.
Here comes Bray Wyatt, the leader of the disturbing Wyatt family.
Did you say disturbing? Come on, the Wyatt family is flat out certifiable.
Calling this one's going to be a real treat, Michael, and I know you feel the same way.
Yep, so does King. A superstar gets a certain feeling when he knows there's a strong possibility he may exit the match in a completely different condition than he entered. That's not exactly a comforting thought when it's your career. Did you hear the thump his body made when it landed?
Look at this. Bray Wyatt doing some good work here.
Bray Wyatt going for it. What do you think about Bray Wyatt?
The name Orton and the word history go hand in hand. I think about WrestleMania 20, when Randy made his WrestleMania debut in the same building his dad did for the first Showcase of Immortals back in 1985. At WrestleMania 20, Randy scored the pinfall for his team that night and gave a glimpse of the WrestleMania greatness that was to come.
Definitely looking confident in this one-on-one environment. We're going to find out a lot here tonight. Head-to-head, no excuses. Let's get it on.
Oh, no. Wait a minute, Cole. What's he going to do here?
Showing an aggressive side here.
Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is survival. The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous objects.
Jerry, you talked before about Randy Orton's WrestleMania debut.
Yes, sir.
Even Orton himself, with all of his arrogance and cold-blooded demeanor, will admit it was special for him to be in New York City for his WrestleMania debut. Regardless of if you like Randy Orton or not, we certainly witnessed history in the making.
Well, Michael, seeing Randy Orton at WrestleMania 20 was special, and it was indeed historic. His dad, Cowboy Bob, was one of the most hated villains at the first WrestleMania in 1985. And when you saw Randy come out as a part of Evolution 20 years later, You could tell this was the moment he had been waiting for.
A knockdown, drag-out brawl, complete with a big stomp.
Man, these guys are throwing bombs. They're pulling out all the stops. The shoulders are down. You know, the moves that Bray Wyatt has at his disposal are vicious. One is more severe than the next. Let's face it, his throw suplex, clotheslines, cross-body, the avalanche, and running senton can put anyone away. Oh, yeah, and seeing that spider walk, that'll give you nightmares for months.
The running senton, this one's in the books.
Call it a night.
He goes for the quick pin attempt.
Count, Ref, count.
Another electric crowd on hand here for SmackDown, as has been the norm over the years.
Oh, clothesline! Man, that one rocked him. When you see what Bray Wyatt suplexes, clotheslines, cross-body, and running sentons do to an opponent, it's incredible. After Bray Wyatt avalanches an opponent, you can actually see the unhinged look in his eyes. It's like he becomes filled with a twisted joy over other people's pain.
All the Vipers locked in. Randy's hearing the voices in his head. This is how he gets that focus, that strength. The Viper can dial up that intensity whenever he chooses.
Oh no, Randy Orton looking to finish it. And Randy Orton delivers the patented Orton stomp.
And it's like he's going for a walk in the park, stomping everything that's sticking out. What are you doing? We got a match going on here.
If a superstar does not think they need a plan to take the fight to Bray Wyatt, my advice is to get your head examined. Wyatt even suggests to his opponents, run. The biggest strategy is to stay mentally strong. Do not allow. Randy Orton unleashes the RKO, and it's all over but the crying.
You're right about that. RKO has put away many, many superstars. Oh! Quit running your mouth and let them do this thing. Bray Wyatt on the offensive? Oh, gosh, there's no telling how much damage that did. Wait, is he still conscious? Man, that looked bad. Oh, wait, nice reversal.
The strategy for an opponent of Bray Wyatt, King, has to be to try to keep him off balance, to try and keep the master of mind games, Bray Wyatt, guessing. Then you may have a chance of leaving and still retain the use of all your limbs.
Oh, wow. I'm not sure I can watch this.
When this guy's on, look out.
Well, the trick sometimes when you get outside the ring is survival. The match becomes almost secondary when you get near all these dangerous objects. He's got him hooked. Randy Orton showing some adversity right now. Well, we're on the move here.
He doesn't want to do this outside the ring.
Well, I don't blame him. Keep the action inside the ring. That's where you're going to win this thing. I have to tell you, Cole, I would need to think long and hard for a plan if I was heading into the ring to face Bray Wyatt. If a WWE superstar wants to stay a WWE superstar,
Bray Wyatt's going to finish him right here, right now.
it doesn't look good for Bray Wyatt's opponent. Look away, Michael. This could be ugly.
He did it. What a huge win.
We got a couple of highlights here. Let's check them out. Let's see what happened during that incredible matchup. Let's take a look at some of the big highlights. Let's take a look back at what exactly happened during this one.
Here's your winner, Bray Wyatt.
Guys, that was a big win for him right there.
That'll knock Randy Orton down a peg or two.
What an effort we saw here. Truly a great match.